Hey there, my fellow zombie survivors, Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Nomad, Episode 4, Learning the Trade. Okay, this house is definitely searched. Let's go next door. Mechanics 4, don't need. Electrical 4, I don't need. Wow. I'm doing pretty good on the search here. I don't need any of those either. Maybe fishing? Nope. Oh, lords, is it dark in here? Flashlight, please. Oh, and there's a monster in there. Hello. Alright, electrical should hit 1 as soon as I dismantle this TV. And then I can start working on mechanics again. There it is. Oh, 5 ice creams. That's a lot of calories. And a bandage. Right on. Can we add these skills to the journal? Yeah, we can retranscribe them. Probably best to do during the day when I'm sort of stuck indoors. And not at night, because nighttime is the time that I can be most productive going, doing work. But the way it would work is you would just go to your journal again. And then you'd transcribe, retranscribe it. And it would add the stuff missing from the journal since last transcription. So it's one of these things that you have to upkeep often for it to be useful. I'd take that bottle for water bottle. Oh, that's a metal plate. This might be another home I'm not going to be able to get into. Oh, I hear you. There you are. I am taking the gun's bullets, but not the gun itself. I don't really need firearms at the moment. Oh, hi. They're coming up, sneaking. Oh, maintenance leveled up too. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I want to build up a supply of ammo in case I need it. But you go through ammo a lot faster than you go through guns, so I don't really need to be building up an arsenal of weapons, because I'm going to run out of ammo way faster than I run out of bullets. Nice telekinetic window opening. On my screen, I walked up to it, I think. I didn't see me use telekinesis on it. Right, so that's the magazine. Where's the gun? Yeah, this gun. I think it still had one bullet left racked, but whatever. I took the majority. A first aid kit. And I have fresh coffee, so give me 1 second. The metal plate was on the inside. It barricaded from the inside. All windows can be double barricaded, outside and inside. So that's what was going on there. This house might be a prepper house. Where'd my my radio go? It doesn't matter. I'm gonna dismantle this one. All right, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. So comic books, always. Those magazines I've read. I don't need any beginner and intermediate books. The only advanced books I need, the only level 3 books, would be farming and fishing. Exposure survival. Oh, yes. Yes. So survival 3, check that off. And the other metalwork magazine and a radio. And I'm going to leave all the most of the radio parts just like here, the common stuff. Keeping the electronic scrap to maintain generators. What the heck? Come on. It might be wise for me to... Well, actually, in my Learn journal, it transcribes recipes found. So those magazines that I've been dumping, I guess are fine to dump. These types of magazines. Maybe in the future, if I survive long enough, I could build up a collection, but that time ate for a bit. And nice, my torso's nice and healed. I've been healing up fast. Very light damage. Which is good. So my comic books versus these word puzzles. These are, yeah, unhappiness. Periodicals that do unhappiness are obviously worth more than those that don't. I just hit F6 out of surprise. 2 leather jackets. How does it compare? Upper torso 57 and lower torso or upper thigh 10 and 20 versus this. Oh, the jacket I have on is a little bit better than the one I just found. Copy that. So keep the military on. But they're going to be really nice to own for when my current jacket gets ruined. As y'all know, it's going to get ruined. And here's their canned goods stuff. Alright, I think it's time to mark this one as done. I'm going to start heading back because I'm kind of far away from home. Be good to get get the move on early so I don't cut it close. Also getting drowsy. Flashlights serve me well. I need to remember to use them more often. And it's really nice to have military boots so that my feet are fully covered too. Another thing I could probably do during the daytime is to sew leather stripping into my current gear. Or really any stripping. So ripping all the clothing that I find on my way home is probably wise for the rip sheets and also for the thread to start working on my tailoring, because I've read the tailoring book, so I might as well use it. I'm starting to look like a real survivor. I mean, I don't really have great weapons, but like everything else is, I don't know, it's starting to look the part. My little man satchel. I have about 3 hours left. It was risky, worth it. Unfortunately, most of what I'm stripping off them is dirty rags, and I don't want to waste the water to clean the rags up. So I don't have a lot of sheets to practice my tailoring, despite the fact that I'm shredding. But I think the bottleneck was going to be thread anyway. 100-year later series? Well, at that point, it's just like Fallout 76 or something like that, right? Fallout 76 happens 80 years-ish after Zomboid ends. So here's an update to the goals. We have no vehicles. And we have not maintained the broadcast network at all. Not yet. Not a lot of progress. Working on it, but takes time. And I've got about 2 hours left to get myself indoors. Is there a pull-behind trailer in the game? Yes, that is a feature of the game in vanilla. And then there are like a dozen mods for different types of pull-behind trailers. My tailoring just from shredding clothing is up to 27, which is pretty good. That's a lot of progress given that I haven't even sewn anything yet. I also do have a mod that adds a bunch more, including things like camping trailers that you can sleep in and store things in, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of mods that add to the types of towables. I even have a truck mod that allows me to tow shipping containers and things like that as well, if that's a route we want to go. Alright, that's probably enough for now, at least. I believe I have the needle on me. Thread, yeah, I do have one of the needle, or both needles on me. And I think in the 2-story, I left a bunch of books to keep me occupied during the daytime, so I don't need to go for books to the original house just yet. Doesn't look like it's been broken into. Yeah, I'm good. Cool. So question. What are my goals for tonight? Work on mechanics. Find a car. Find better weapons. Stockpile more food or viewer suggestions. Leave that up to you. And here's the ball peen hammer that I meant to bring, so I'm going to replace that with my hunting knife. Get rid of the hunting knife, because that ball peen hammer would have let me bash into the garages a lot more efficiently. Alright, my water supply is looking pretty okay. Oh, aluminum. I didn't want that. So because leather is so scarce, I think I'm going to practice my tailoring on with rags and not leather. Because leather's, given how shredded everyone's clothing is, leather's just harder to come by, and I shouldn't waste it until my skill's up a bit more. It's weird to be stashing just like random stuff in a whole bunch of homes. But once I have a vehicle that has some storage capacity, I can consolidate it. Before I head to sleep, I know I'm really tired. But I'm pretty sure I just heard someone out here. Or rather, something. Alright, doing a very quick perimeter check. Didn't find them, so I'm not going to go hunting for them. I don't have enough time on the clock before they become enraged. I was hoping to just see them really quick, but nope. I can hear it, like, moving around outside. It sketches me out. So you guys want me to find a car? All right. Find a working car. That has been a challenge without the ability to hotwire it. But I will do my best. So closest to me for a vehicle, let me start reading, might be... Probably, I mean, there's so many vehicles in that school's parking lot that if I can get my mechanics skill up, I have the pick of the litter of the cars in there, and if I have to smash one of the windows, like let's say I take one of the taxi cabs, I can take a window from one of the from a intact taxi cab and move it over to the smashed taxi cab, and that way I can have a complete vehicle, even if I do bust them up a little bit. So I think that's probably my plan, is to get my my lock-picking skill up. Even though you didn't vote on that, I don't know of another place that has a vehicle that I could use. Before I forget, let's let me do some sewing. So any of my pieces, any of my clothing that is not have holes in it, I'm gonna sew leather into. Or sheets into, because sheets are cheaper. I'm gonna skip the denim shirt because it's got holes. Oh, and the hoodie has holes. I think I have a spare hoodie in here. No? I think the long sleeve t-shirt doesn't count. Tailoring 1. Oh, I have normal socks. I need to also put long socks on my things to loot. Because long socks will cover the shins, whereas regular socks don't. I don't think I have any long socks sticking around in here. Alright, well, despite the fact that there's holes in some of my clothing, I'm going to sew it up anyway, because it's just for experience. And it looks like I am out of thread. I'm going to rip up some of the clothing around here too. The stuff that I don't need for threads. Oh, there's rip sheets. That'll work. This only, because of the lack of skill, it only really protects me a tiny bit. And that's the last of my thread. Yeah, I'm not using my leather stripping for this. Not yet. Oh, there's thread in here. Give me that. Yeah, this denim shirt is toast. Alright, I still have a little bit of thread left. So I'm going to just practice by removing the patches and adding patches. Until I run out of thread, which is right now, I think. Yep. Okay. Cool. So that has been practiced. My tailoring skills should be a bit higher now. I'll put the needle away. Make sure to have a cigarette. Tailoring almost is level 2. And then my protection's a few points higher. Pretty insignificant, but it's the skill that I think matters. I've a little time left, so let me rebound or retranscribe the journal. Putting in some of my newest acquired skills into writing so that I can load and save. Or save and potentially load. There we go. That took about an hour. No problem. I'm fed. I've got water. I've got spare weapons. Bandages. I think I'm all set. I can grab one of these melted ice creams in case I get hungry. Easier to eat that than the soup. So you can just start munching onto it. All right, so we are looking for a car. Oh, you know what? I'm not safe for 2 more hours. Apparently, I can't tell time. That's embarrassing. So I'll just read my mechanics book until 20. There we go. How's my weight? 82 and rising, so I gotta be a little bit more mindful of what I eat, because I'm gaining weight. So, you know how I said about the melted ice cream? Yeah, I lied. Let's get fruit, corn, tuna. Who thought that getting fat in a zombie apocalypse would be a a danger to my survival? Alright, we're good to go. I gotta assume that this house can be compromised, because I heard growlings while I was in there. So my plan is to head back to the school and try to practice a little bit of mechanics skill. Maybe sitting in the school's lot, reading the rest of the book before tinkering with the parts. Because I already have a gas can, and all those cars down there have full tanks. So as soon as I'm able to hotwire, I will have the ability to drive around, which increases my survival chance by like 1 million. And I can start looking for a scout car and a long-range car. So what I could do is I could start to disassemble... Well, you know what? I don't have a wrench, do I? So I need a jack and a wrench to really start to be able to dismantle a lot of this stuff here. Especially a wrench. That throws a wrench at the plans. So let's go back to the garages that were locked and try to find tools in them. Specifically a wrench, maybe a jack, stuff like that. So it's these garages down here. I still don't have a hammer to break into them, but I do have a ball peen, so I can smack into all of them. It's too bad all the rip sheets really ruin the beautiful camo pattern of my clothing. I was looking cool briefly, and I don't look cool anymore. Nice. Somehow that denim shirt is... I don't even know if I would call it a shirt. It's just like a Tarzan strap at this point. Not covering much. Alright, so let's get down to the garage that just wouldn't open for me before, because I have a personal vendetta against it. It's this stupid one. These guys also have leather jackets, which is good for leather stripping. How goes the zombie bashing? Oh, I've had a lot of very close calls, but it's going a little smoother now. 4 leather strips, that's not bad. So I made a lot of progress on this door the last time I was here, so it should break quicker. But the ball peen hammer is going to be a much better tool to get through. Oh, hello! Brown pants. Come on, hammer. Wood glue, that's good. Not what I want. Hammer! Yes, and a pipe wrench to boot. Pipe wrench, check. Hammer, check. And tire pump. That's also really good to pump up tires for traction and all that. So, what a good garage. All right, the very broken hammer will go in there, and then the not broken hammer will be in my belt. So now I can unbarricade things, which is awesome. Oh, puppy treat. Here, dude. All right, so this is sketchy because they're trying to break out, I'm trying to break in, and it's going to open on me unexpectedly. Let me look around, make sure that I'm, like, alone. Come on. Ooh, a generator. I don't know how to use it, but I like it. That empty bottle would be good for water. Another torch. And metal pipe. Club hammer. Those are also good for bashing in to break into things. Trunk over spare wheel. Part for a Jap rungle. So that is there's a spare tire on the on the back window of a Jeep, and it's a platform to go over the spare tire for even more capacity. All right. So what do I want to do here? I want to mark this down as cleared. I like how my dude is just like standing there. And then generator will be here. I'm going to leave it there, knowing that, I can come back for it. So let's check the other garages while I'm down here. Didn't want to have to listen to his head banging. Oh yeah. A fresh denim shirt. That is great. Yoda, don't chew yourself. I hear you back there. All right. So now I don't have a holy denim shirt that doesn't protect me at all. That is really, really good. Got some canned goods. I did find a Jeep, but it was locked, and I didn't want to break a window, given that I don't currently know how to hotwire. So there was really no point in me busting a window to a Jeep for no reason. But if you all decide that I should use a Jeep as my scout vehicle, or even for a long range vehicle, I can go back for that. Adios, glitch. We got a jacket. A gun case. 9 mil. Nice. I can barely see where the door or rooms are now. More vitamins. All right, let's check those garages now that I've cleared up here, or almost cleared. Leather gloves. And long socks. Pays to be completionist. I still need to modify a lot of the clothing that I'm wearing now. The denim shirt, the socks, in order to be upgraded. Oh, you know what? I don't need to break into these. I can now unbarricade. Way easier. Way, way easier. So we have some Mustang spoilers, an empty gas can, and I'm going to grab a roof rack for the Jeep and a wrench. I was looking for a wrench, so that is amazing. Now I can start modifying cars. What I still need... Oh, a cargo cage, or Congo cage in this case, for the Jeep as well. So a whole lot of Jeep parts and chains for tuning. And a spoiler lip for the Mustang. Nice. Oh, I already opened this. Yeah, roof tent and snorkel, or schnorkel, as they spell it. Okay, so I do have a wrench. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head back home and drop off some of the goods that I have, because it's weighing me down. And then maybe work on my mechanics after reading the book. Back home. I don't really have a home. I just have like a emptied out house that I put stuff in. But these cars are not safe. I think what I'm going to do is dismantle the wrecked cars first for practice, because it doesn't make sense to dismantle the working ones, the ones that are in good condition. Are those... the chains could be for tire chains, yes. Which protect your tires from damage. But there's the Jeep that I know of. I don't think it's actually in great condition, but one of the goals in this series here is to get a long-range vehicle. So what a long-range vehicle to me would be is a vehicle with a lot of storage, so that you can stockpile fuel, food, water, tools, weapons, and ammo in it in order to have a good long-range car. And then a scout vehicle is something with good maneuverability, so that you can roam the streets more with decent agility and you know, and loot. So I want 2 vehicles, probably more than 2, but primarily 2 vehicles. One for long range, which is part of the long-term goals of the series, and the one for going house to house, street to street. Oh, that's a big group. I think I pissed them off, but I'm gonna go around them. So, for instance, you guys will have the ability to vote, you know, once I gain access to vehicles, on what vehicles I use as long range and short range. But like the army bus, for instance, could be a long range vehicle, because it has some pretty good storage. Or a truck hauling a cargo container, or a camper, you know, or RV or something like that. And you guys will be able to make choices. And then I'm going to modify those cars to be armored up and full of cargo racks and things like that, so that I can use them in this for long-term survival. When I'm going town to town, yeah, I would probably use the long-range vehicle to tow the short-range vehicle. That's sort of the idea. Meaning that cargo containers are not likely to be something that I tow normally, because instead of cargo containers, I'm going to be towing my vehicles. But we'll see. Dropping off the stuff I don't need on me. Away. I think I'm going to have to start using the floor. I'll keep the peaches and tomatoes for food. Hammer and wrench. Gas can, I'm going to leave here for now. They're kind of heavy. Garbage bags and 9mm. Now, what can I do about my carry weight? I feel like I'm weighed down a bit. I'll also take another spare battery. I've been using my flashlight a lot because I have to do a lot of the exploration work at night. Yeah, we've already had a helicopter event. It happened on like day 2. Which was rude. Alright, 3 in the morning. I am getting a little drowsy, but doing auto mechanic practice doesn't really mean that it matters if I'm drowsy or not. Unless I have to fight. Man, everybody's leather jackets are totally shred to bits. You wish Twitch had a download option like YouTube? Well, there's some third-party software that allows you to do that, like Twitch Leecher. You could Google for it, obviously. So I'll show you just a little bit of the modifications that you can do to the cars. I can't show you actually what they look like, but bull bar, protections for doors, rear doors, wheels, windshield, roof rack, toolboxes, protections for the right and left windows. You can modify the vehicles to be very well set up, armored, equipped with like lethal ram bull bars and things like that. So that's what I'm hoping to eventually get to, is to have very nice armored vehicles that are well equipped for combat. Can I sit in one of these vehicles? I'd rather sit inside and read. I could do that in the army truck. The army bus. And then also, in some of these vehicles, you can actually go inside. They have an interior. The bus is less interesting because its interior is just, you know, seats. But in the case of an RV, it might have a bed, refrigerator, stove, microwave, storage, so that you can actually you know, have a bit of a mobile home. A very powerful tool when you're on the move. So that would be really RV or something that, like it, would be really powerful long-range vehicle. I think given my my tiredness, I'm just going to try to read the rest of the mechanics book and not push it to do the actual mechanics tonight. Can you place things in cars? I don't believe so, not without some additional mods that I don't have installed. Well, okay, you can store things in cars, but you can't build in them, as far as I know. To be more precise. Killers, thank you for the resub. In the interior of vehicles, they're not modifiable in that way, no. Man, I did not want to hit a group. Unless you can find a mod to do it. I am not the encyclopedia of mods, so that's up to you to find. The other thing that you have to consider is, like, let's say you are sleeping in a vehicle. That doesn't stop you from necessarily getting surrounded. In a lot of the vehicles, like the Jeep, for instance, you can set it up so that you can sleep in a tent on the roof of the Jeep, but there's really no way to leave the tent if your vehicle's surrounded, because you can't get from the tent to the driver's seat. So in some of the vehicles, like the Jeep, if it gets surrounded while you're sleeping, you're kind of just dead. And then other vehicles like the RV, or the camper, you can't even see outdoors. So you would not really know that you're surrounded until you exit. And then you exit and, you know, then you get ganked. So some of the vehicles are just not that safe to use to sleep. But there's always going to be risk. I hear bashing... I hear bashing stuff, but I'm not going to go looking for it. Doesn't seem to be immediately around me, so none of my concern. Just read my book, and so question for you. What car should I use as a scout car? The Jeep or the Dash Elite or a taxi? Give you 5 minutes to vote on that. So the Jeep is maybe not in the best condition, but it is modifiable to become better. It would require a considerable amount of metalwork and mechanics work to make it into a proper scout vehicle. Now, one of the things in the series, for the long range and scout vehicles, the formal ones are going to have to be the modifiable vehicles. So I'm not going to count anything except for the Jeep as a scout vehicle, but this Jeep is in pretty crummy condition, so it might not be worth grabbing. So this is not so much a scout car. Actually, I'm just going to rename this. What car should I use? Just period. So I just reset the poll. So for the long range in the scout vehicles, they're only the modded cars. The cars that I can put on ram bars and weld protection onto and that kind of thing. But for the cars right now, the daily drivers, that could be anything. Sort of the idea here is I use one of the vehicles that are in the lot, like the Dash Elite or the taxi or something like that, to then find a better vehicle. And then once I find a better vehicle, invest time and resources into improving that vehicle so that it can become a powerful tool for survival. All right, mechanics is done. Next up, I want to read is metalwork. If I brought it over. I don't see it. So maybe I'll settle for carpentry 1. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Nomad, which originally streamed live on Twitch July 5th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rodamont.com or the description of this video have a link to Discord. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Stay safe out there, my fellow zombie slayers,